Welcome into the state softball tournament for Class 4A. Getting ready for the 6-3 matchup here at Harlan Rogers Softball Complex. And an absolutely beautiful opening day. I'm John Schaefer, joined by Joanne Settles. And Joanna, it's been quite the start already. We had an extra innings game to lead things off here on Iowa Central Field. Now we get a 6-3 matchup with two very good teams.
So much excitement on this softball field. The ADM game with DCG was a barn burner. It was so exciting. Would it ever end? I mean, 9 innings, so exciting. You know it's going to be a heartbreaker because both teams are fighting for another day.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this North Polk matchup with Western Dubuque and the road to state for both of these teams. Obviously, two teams that don't cross much, but here's a look at it.
Yes, as you look at Western Dubuque on the left side, they are the Region 8 champions. They defeated Fort Dodge to get here to Fort Dodge, and you know that Fort Dodge team wanted to be here this week. Team ERA 1.94. That's 4th in 4A. So impressive. And you have to look at Melanie Rundy hitting .416. Lauren Vasky, she can do it all. 15-4, 1.28 ERA, and 165 strikeouts with more to come.
That's quite a bit. And then on North Polk, I mean, their road to get here, the Boone battle was quite the dandy for them. They go down early, 5 runs in the first inning. They have to score 6 unanswered to punch their ticket to state as well.
Impressive rally, man. That bonds a team like nothing else can do. That's when you believe in yourself and you believe in your team, and you do everything you can to get here today.
Looking forward to this matchup. We're going to take a quick break, then get you back with player introductions here in just a moment from the Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau, here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
It's Frank. Frank, Mr. Frank. And just what you did now, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
Second, a junior, the center fielder,
Welcome back in. We're just getting into our starting lineups for North Polk. So there we've got our starting lineups announced really quick because we missed Western Dubuque a bit. Melanie Rundy will lead things off. She's at shortstop for Western Dubuque. Raquel Fern is at second base, batting second. Hannah Hafer, the designated player, batting third. Caitlin Toll, your catcher, batting fourth. Kyla Ramler out in center will bat fifth. Lauren Ervolino out in left will bat sixth. Carly Vogel is in right field and bats seventh. Morgan Hush, she is the third baseman and will bat eighth. Evelyn Koopman is at first base, batting ninth. Lauren Vasky is pitching and the flex here in today's order for the Bobcats. Bobcats and Comets set to do battle here, and really quick for North Polk, it's Madeline Cleaver leading things off. Ava Kudelka batting second. Ava Husak, she's going to bat third, and she is the pitcher for this North Polk team. And again, looking at her stats, third best in Class 4A with 225 strikeouts, third best in 4A with a 101 ERA. And I think this will be a battle here for Western Dubuque in a bit. They appear to be a bit of a small ball team. They want low scoring, keeping it close, just based off of the scores that I saw them play throughout their season.
Yeah, Western Dubuque, an interesting schedule. They come in at 31-11. They had a 14-game winning streak and then lost quite a few. Again, these are against tough competition, and then had a 10-game winning streak going into the postseason before losing to Linn-Mar twice. Again, a lot of the losses they have are to teams that are up here in Fort Dodge. So they play ranked teams every week. They have made it through the grind of the season, and they're ready to play ball.
And to lead things off here for Western Dubuque is Melanie Rundy, shortstop for the Bobcats. And Rundy this season batting .416, 20 RBIs, 2 home runs, 39 singles on 57 hits overall this year. And she's going to try and lead things off with some energy and get some life into this game here. Game number 2 on the Iowa Central Diamond.
Yes, who will jump on top first?
Mark Amadeo behind the dish. And the first pitch of our game is a ball.
Yes, you never know what's going to happen with that leadoff lefty. Do they bunt? Do they slap? You can see she's ready to hit right here. The defense, first base coming up just a little bit in case she does lay one down.
Traditional stance for her. She takes strike one. A lot of those slap hitters, you see them take the extra steps in the box, and she hasn't shown any sign of that yet.
No, she's not deep in the box.
That's fouled back to the netting for strike 2. Again, Husak doesn't give up much as far as pitching goes. She's been stellar this season. I believe also committed to Drake, if I recall, based off some tweets out there from her. And you love to see the top talent in the state stay in state for that college ball as well.
Yes, that's fun. It's so close to home to keep a lot of support. She reached her 900th career strikeout this season, so very impressive.
That's no small feat. That tells you just how long she's been added in the circle for this North Polk team. And they also got new facilities out there. Saw a new turf field for North Polk this season. I know their facilities keep expanding as that ball's popped straight up. Coming in from second and handling that quickly is Caitlin Cleaver.
Yeah, a little can of corn there with that 2-2 count.
Good job by IGHSAU to just say, you know what, I'll let my fielders take it. Most pitchers want nothing to do with those pop-ups.
Yep. It's always good to have a great supporting staff behind you, supporting teammates, taking care of business as the pitcher's working hard to do what she can.
Raquel Fern now up, 316 batting average, swing and a miss from her.
Nice rise ball there as that ball coming in quickly and popping up outside of the strike zone.
Fern shoots that through the left side, and the first base runner is aboard as she's on with a single out into left.
It's always great in that first inning when you can get someone on. There's only one out, right? Put a little bit of pressure on the Comets. Now we'll look, will they bunt? Will they try to advance her? Everybody, it just makes that defense definitely more tense. Are they going to steal? What's going on? Now everybody will get to see what this Comet defense can do with a base runner.
Hannah Hafer, the senior, 268 BA. Hasn't played in a ton of games this season, but a big moment for her as she takes strike one. Jitters of being a senior, does that ever come into a factor? Do jitters ever come into play in these spots here, first game of the tournament?
I think a little bit, but you don't realize how many ball games these young women play. They're travel ball players. Like, this is their, I don't even know how many seasons they've played. So I would say the seniors are so confident. It's so much fun to play. They're so excited to be here. But I would say it's all confidence and focus here as this pitch comes in.
Hafer's got a 1-1 count to work with. She laces that one just foul.
That 5-6 spot is hot. It must be a target out there because they are aiming for those gappers over there.
See the third baseman there for North Polk. Maybe it's squeezing the bag a little bit more, and so there's a nice hole to play with over there on the left side.
There is, and she is the 8th grader. She plays defense only, but she's the 8th grader. There it goes for an easy out. 1-3.
IGHSAU fields her position nicely, gets the second out of the inning. Not every day you see an 8th grader playing on varsity, but that's one thing I love about sports being summer-based for softball and baseball in the state of Iowa. It allows some of that top 8th grade talent to get some early exposure to the varsity ranks.
It does, and you just figure out where your weaknesses are. You fill with those older girls, and if you have a spot, then it's great when a young woman can step up.
IGHSAU's delivery to Caitlin Toll is low in the zone for ball one.
And she is the third baseman. I mean, that is the hot spot. I mean, she must be tough. She must be gritty because those balls are coming in hot at her position.
IGHSAU delivers a strike there. And the last game we had, ADM versus DCG there, that hot corner over there had a couple of wicked liners hit that way that were snagged. And you're right, you've got to stand in there firm at third.
You do. IGHSAU with another low strike. There's a curve into the inside, keeping her off the plate.
She's lived low so far.
She has. That's not easy to see on the live stream because we're right behind the plate and you guys have more of an aerial view so you can see the runner on second base here. Now in scoring position with 2 outs. Oh, and the pass ball.
Bobbled's going to allow the runner to advance. That's Fern getting over to third, and a runner in scoring position now with a 3-1 count to Toll. It's one of those you got to squeeze a little tighter as a catcher. Now you got to tighten up critically because nothing can get past you.
This is key for the Comets to get out of this inning.
IGHSAU jams her. That'll be fouled off. Muscled foul. Lucy Lucas behind the dish here.
We're all filled up with a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner on third.
Good spot here for IGHSAU. Here's the payoff. Jams her again. Good job by Toll to get the hands through it and at least foul it off for another pitch her way.
Yes, she's battling well.
Ava IGHSAU sets and another payoff. Jams her again. That one popped up. Husak will take that one and drop it back in the circle for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 left on base. No runs across the dish, though, as we stay scoreless to go to the home half of 1. We'll be right back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're back here at the Iowa Central Diamond. Thank you to Iowa Central for sponsoring one of our 2 diamonds out here at the Harlan Rogers Sports Complex for the Girls State Softball Tournament. Of course, brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau, and it's a beautiful day. We've talked about it a little bit already. Nice. I'm just going to say it. You won't find many better days weather-wise out here at the State Softball Tournament. And tomorrow it'll be a stark difference.
A little warmer. Yeah, it's 79 degrees with a little breeze. Hey, this is like a little bit of heaven. Are we at the Field of Dreams or what's going on here?
Yeah, 90s, low 90s tomorrow, sunshine. And we're fine with that. It is summer in Iowa after all. Get a little bit of that corn sweat in the air too. And
we got a little humidity going on.
Well, here we'll see Lauren Vasky, the pitcher for Western Dubuque. You won't see her at the plate. You'll just see her in the circle. And she's going to try and take on Madeline Cleaver to lead things off for the Comets. That'll stay outside for ball 1.
Lots of movement there on Vasky's pitch.
As a batter, do you try and pick that up early at the release point, or is it usually you're just taking a half guess?
I like that she let that one go by, right?
Yeah.
She knew there was movement. Watch her hit this first strike here. This is a nice 2-0 ball. I expect her to swing.
That will be across the heart, and Cleaver sees her first strike. And this season, Madeline Cleaver, .414 batting average, 38 RBIs, has 3 home runs, 17 doubles, too, from that leadoff spot. She'll lay off that one for ball 3 as it stays out of the zone.
There's lots of movement. It does look like it's coming in. It's veering off outside on this lefty.
Cleaver trying to get a leadoff trip to first base here. She'll take for ball 4, and there you have it, a runner aboard for the North Polk Comets. That'll bring up Ava Kudelka, the center fielder.
And you can see both corners pulling in, the third base and the first baseman expecting this bunt.
That ball stays down, throw behind her, haphazardly.
Hit her in the leg.
I don't mind the throw down there, just got to get a glove on it. No harm done, though.
No, I was surprised she didn't even delay steal on that. I thought that was an opportunity. And once you see them throw and you were that far off, hey, go to second.
The 1-0 jams. Fouled back by Kudelka. Kudelka 346 BA, 13 ribs. 28 singles on her 37 hits, so that tells you she's got some speed. Shows bunt. Pulls back, tries to slap, and fouls it off once again.
Well, now a bunt is not in the plan with 2 strikes on her. She's got to swing away.
The 1-2 from Vasky. That's chopped. Throw over in time, but runner does move on the fielder's choice.
Yes, that came off of her bat oddly. It was almost a slow motion. It was in the air for quite a while. She played the one hop nicely for an easy out.
Ava Husak, the pitcher, now has a runner in scoring position with Cleaver at second. Here's strike 1 to Husak. this season. Ava's batting .522. Boy, oh boy, is that an impressive batting average. 4th best in Class 4A. She hits that high, trying to find the gap out in center. Good communication. Caught, but the runner advances. Ramler makes that catch, but Cleaver makes the trot over to third.
She does a nice cut by the shortstop, Melanie Rundy. Love it when that center fielder takes that gapper.
Good communication. They're going to confer a bit.
Did she leave early?
I think that's the question. I don't know if we have a replay on it for a look at it.
Someone, I'm sure, would have eyes on that.
We might find out. They are calling her out. She left early.
They saw that from the dugout.
They sure did, and that tells you it was a very early leave for out number 3 on the double play is how that'll score. So 1, 2, 3. 1 left on base. 1 hit. Or 1 walk, I should say. No runs, though. We stay scoreless as we go to the top of 2 on the Girls Union Network.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
And we're back here at Iowa Central Diamond, Harlan Rogers Sports Complex, and a big thank you to all the viewers tuning in today. We're happy to bring you plenty of coverage. A quick reminder, you're enjoying the 2025 Girls State Softball Championships brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. It's proud supporters of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to championing the talent, determination, and potential of our young athletes, the future of Iowa. Thanks again to Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2025 Girls State Softball Championships. Due up here, Kyla Ramler, center fielder, made that catch on the leave early. That led to a double play there. Ramler this season, batting .376. 41 hits overall and 109 at-bats. 400 OBP. Has an 0-1 count here. That's down the heart of the plate for strike 2. Just some straight heat.
It was straight heat. You don't see that very often. She had such good movement. Ava Husek had such good movement on that first pitch. I mean, that's the ball to hit right there. Oh, those like hurt when they don't swing at them.
That was meaty. And now an 0-2. She comes right back and gets her first strikeout of the day. Does a nice job mixing up pitches and pitch location.
It had some good speed on it there with that second. Right down the pipe strike.
Lauren Ervolino now up, the left fielder. She's going to try and get something going here in the second inning. Gets jammed, grounded over to second, and throw over. No problem for Caitlin Cleaver on the 4-3 putout.
Yep, Cleaver played the bounce nicely.
So one thing I love about this complex, the dirt always bounces true. They do such a great job taking care of the grounds. You don't get any too terribly wicked hops that are, dirt induced. So do a great job with this facility overall. Drag bunt, sneaky play, and she's on. That is Carly Vogel. She's the right fielder. You love the drag there, just puts it out at the last second and finds her way on.
She did. She concealed that so well. The first baseman didn't even come up on that ball until way too late, but beautiful job by Carly laying that down right down the first baseman. That is a video of how it's done right there for a base hit.
Morgan Hush sends one out into center. That'll be out number 3, though, as that is another can of corn for Ava Kadelka. And one on with 1 hit, but left on base. No runs come across. We'll head to the bottom of the second with North Polk due up. It'll be Lucy Lucas leading things off.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people. who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And we are back here once again. Scoreless game thus far in the early goings. I kind of expect a low-scoring game, and to me, I think low scoring really does play to the hand of Western Dubuque, who doesn't have a ton of power in their lineup, but they do know how to score some low-scoring games and win those low-scoring games.
They do. They just need to capitalize on the base runners that are getting on. Obviously, that was a tough situation. You finally get it, lay down a nice bunt, and then there's already 2 outs, right? And here they go, Comets. It's always so great to get that leadoff runner, or leadoff batter on base.
Lucy Lucas, the catcher. This season, .418 batting average, 28 RBIs. She's had 18 doubles, 18 singles. And there she lays off as it's strike one. 1-1 count. I think Coach Pender's asked her team, take a couple, get your eyes ready for what you're going to be seeing from Vasky, and Vasky's look sharp.
She has, but they drew that early walk, so I think they want to see what she has.
That ball bobbled at second, and on base is Lucas with the leadoff. We'll call it an E4 there, but still on base with the leadoff spot. That's always a big spot.
It is, and Lucas, the catcher, will run for herself. I was watching to see if Coach Pender would put someone in for her. So she's a great base runner. She's fast. She has great experience. So she's going to try to get to 2.
Caitlin Cleaver pops it straight up. Nice heads-up play behind home plate there by Caitlin Toll. And interesting, too, Toll with her helmet off right now has the earpiece in, and that's how she's getting her signals from her coaching staff to call pitches for her pitcher. Saw it in some 5A games, but you don't see it a ton right now, just the mic pack on the back.
Right, it's kind of new, but you know that as soon as she caught it, I don't know if that was her instinct or a coach saying, get it to first, and she threw down to first.
So that'll bring up Tessa Dillinger. Dillinger took ball 1 up in the zone. 360 batting average for the lefty. Takes strike 1 there.
A little outside. Still a strike, but that's not the one that she wanted to. It's a pull.
It's okay to wait for that right one.
It is. These pitchers are tough, so you don't have too much time.
No, we say that. Now she's in a bit of a hole, and Vasky's working ahead with the 1-2 count.
Yeah, Lauren Vasky's like, okay, if you don't want to hit that outside ball, I'll keep pitching it to you.
Larissa Koth on deck as Dillinger stays away from the rise ball up and away. Two count, 1 out, 1 aboard. Here for Dillinger. Fans at it, strike 3. And that's Vasky's first strikeout of the day.
At least it wasn't a backwards K. It was that third outside strike, and at least she put her bat out there. Not a great swing, but at least she attempted to make contact.
Larissa Koth. Believe that sneaks through the wickets, and big round up there at second by Lucas. She'll stay there, though. I think that's the other advantage to having a catcher is staying on base. She can read the ball so well. She knows how a pitch is going to react. Strike 1 to Koth.
She works the outside corner of the plate, the opposite way here with the right-hander.
Righty on righty. Sends one, that one stays just a little bit low under the kneecap, so that'll be ball 2.
Yes, this is Larissa Koth. She has 32 hits on the season, hoping to drive a run in here with a hit.
Vasky, just a junior, delivers ball 3. And you mentioned it in our pregame a bit and even in the broadcast here that Western Dubuque plays a lot of schools that are in that 5A class, and so that really preps a pitcher like Vassy, who gets another swing and a miss from Koth.
It does. They're in the Mississippi Valley Conference over East, and they were third place in their conference. I mean, they're a fantastic team, and they're only third place, where you have North Polk on the other side with the Raccoon River, and they have won it for 3 years in a row.
Vassy gets Koth looking at strike 3 for the backwards K. Back-to-back strikeouts. Strand one runner on base. North Polk no runs to show yet. We'll head to the top of the third quickly here on the Iowa Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
And we are back once again at Iowa Central Diamond. Love seeing the giant Girls Union logo out in center field too. Just a great touch. Again, the Union does such a great job to make this a great just kind of spectacle of it. They make these young women feel special, absolutely deserve to feel special for making it to state because it's such a great accomplishment even being here in Fort Dodge.
It is kind of a pink out.
First pitch for Koopman is fouled back. Evelyn Koopman, first baseman. .267 batting average. 9-hole hitter takes strike 2. And Husak's heater has some juice to it.
It does, but it's right down the middle of the plate.
The 0-2 on the way. Rise ball stays up for ball 1. Well, and to that point of how much heat's coming off that pitch, you make contact with it, it's going to go a little bit.
It is. I mean, you have a chance to hit a dinger. That'd be fun. We need a couple dingers in this game. I'll take 1 or 2.
Koopman will leave it out there. Nice try on the frame by Lucas, but Mark Amadeo behind the plate, not biting on it. But appreciate a good frame.
That's what I was going to say.
That's nubbed out into center, falling in and getting past the center fielder, and Koopman's going to trot to second, hold there with a stand-up double. The 2-2 count, she battles one off, and a leadoff double has some life for this Bobcats squad.
I like that the center fielder tried to go for it. I mean, go try to catch that ball.
It's an early spot there. Why not? A reminder, extra base hits in today's game brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. So we're back at the top of the order. Sorry.
Yeah, the lefty up, and the corner staying back. She's looking to hit. I love a lefty hitter. Kind of throws everybody off, you know, like this is a great time to bunt, honestly, right? No outs, runner on second. Advance that runner and give 2 batters a chance to hit her in.
Usack delivering an 0-1. Leaves it up in the zone. You're right, so often nowadays a lefty, especially in the leadoff spot, is going to be a slap or drag bunter, and polar opposite here with Rundy. Rundy will stay patient in there, takes ball 2.
Yes, too low.
2-1. That one lined right back up the middle, coming around and being held at third, heads up running. Ball gets away at home, sliding in safe is Koopman. We have our first run on the board.
Melanie Rundy. Impressive for the Bobcats. Really patient, making North Polk make plays, which obviously they bobbled the ball there, but they were holding the runner at third and then released her on the wild throw. Really smart, and then they get to advance. That was a double there. It was really a single, but she got to second and then gets to third, another runner in scoring position. Super exciting for Western Dubuque.
Raquel Fern now up. She swings and misses. And I want to point out, too, I think Rundy might have drew some eyes as she took off from first because that ball was coming in. That might have helped with the short hop being mishandled a bit.
Right, because you know that Lucas saw all the action going on. I love the aggressive base running.
Fern's working with a 1-1 count. She had a single back in the second inning, that hard hit ball through the left side. She'd love to replicate that once again.
Yes.
That ball nubbed to the left side. Play coming home. Tag is there. Nice play, heads up play there at shortstop by Alexandra Mulkey. Mulkey comes home with it. Lucas just getting the tag down in time on Rundy.
Yeah, shortstop. And that was a fastball. And so it was not an easy throw out at home by any means, but it had plenty of speed on it to make it definitely attainable. And Coach Massey disappointed. He knew he had the speed in Rundy, but a tough time when you don't get a score, that important second run.
That's a big out right there for the Comets, too. Now a runner sits at first. The reason I hesitated a little bit, I wasn't sure if Lucas quite got the tag down on her, but it was a closer play than maybe it needed to be in that moment. USAC delivering the 1-0. Rise ball gets her to chase. Throw down, not in time. A little bit of a delayed steal from Fern there. From Fern. As she'll advance to second.
A perfect throw by the catcher, Lucy Lucas.
(1-1) to Hafer. Grounded to third, throw across, dropped. And that will leave Hafer on first. Fern's over to third, and right now might be a time for Coach to come out, and she will.
Yes, here comes Addie Pender. But Harper Lincoln, the third baseman for North Polk, played that ball really well. It was a good throw, but with a runner on base, again, that added pressure kind of took her eye off the ball, I would say. The first baseman did a little too soon to bobble it. Western Dubuque, another runner on. So only one out here with runners on first and third.
I like that Coach Pender has the wherewithal, though, to say, hey, let's calm down. We're fine. One out. Let's roll up a double play. And also wouldn't shock me here maybe if you put Toll on base and just load him up just to see if you can, because Toll's the 4-hitter here. And then you got Ramler up as well. Ramler struck out in her first at bat in the second inning. So
it's always a good time to remind everybody what they're doing, right?
Yep.
And go through every position. All right, Harper, you're going to look her back, freeze her, go one, see if we can get a double play out of it. It's a fun opportunity for a first baseman. That's what I play, first base. I'm like, hey, look her back, freeze the runner, get it to first, and we'll throw it at home.
Caitlin Toll sends it out into left. That'll get down. Runner's going to come in. Throw to second, not in time, but the second run comes across. That's Fern trotting home on the Toll single to left.
Big RBI.
So 2 runs across in this third inning, and Western Dubuque starting to build their lead.
Yep. And there's our pinch runner on first base. She's the sophomore, Ella Digman.
Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. USAC sends it on away. That shot over to second. Trying to twist it up. North Polk Gets one at second. Does not get the out at first, but a nice job over there at second by Cleaver to get that twisted up.
Yes, trying to turn two. Well played.
So 2 outs. Runners again on the corners for Western Dubuque. And it's Ervolino. Ervolino lifts it up. And Cleaver over there gets out number 3 to minimize the damage. But 2 runs come across. 3 hits there for Western Dubuque. And they've built a 2-0 lead here on the Comets. Can the Comets respond in the home half of 3? We'll find out next.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And we're back here once again in Fort Dodge. It's been a fun game thus far, starting to liven up quite a bit there in the third as Western Dubuque plates 2. A couple of errors in that inning as well for North Polk. And certainly Coach Pender trying to settle things down and probably telling the dugout, hey, we know how to hit the ball. Let's go do that now.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? Have a great at-bat. Let's get ahead. They have 5. We need to get on the board in that. Let's light that up.
And it's going to start here with Alex Mulkey. Shortstop for this Comet spot. That one right at the kneecaps for strike 1.
Yes, Lauren Vasky getting ahead in the count. Now, Western Dubuque has been here 3 years in a row, but they have so many girls out for softball. Vasky hasn't even been on the team yet. So it's part of the tradition.
That ball shot up the middle by Mulkey for a single. Good piece of hitting there to get the hands down and just drive it through.
Yep, right up the middle. And here we are again with the leadoff batter on first base. Now you see the corners come in tight, first and third, expecting this bunt.
It's Audrey Lucas, the left fielder. She takes strike 1. Well, and Western Dubuque bounced in the quarterfinals last year by this DCG team. That probably sticks with a senior or 2 on a squad. So the 0-1. Flared foul.
Here's the 0-2 now. So the bunt's out of the question.
Audrey Lucas, just a sophomore. Now with an 0-2 count for Vasky. Gets a swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Vasky.
3 pitches. That helps Vasky with her pitch count.
I'm sorry, strikeout number 3. She's got a backwards K mixed in there. That'll take us back to the top with Madeline Cleaver. Right fielder for this Comets team. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike 1. She walked in her first at bat.
That's the second time here with these back-to-back batters that they've tried to bunt and they've taken the strike. It's a little frustrating for Coach.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Cleaver working behind, Vasky working ahead. That's where a pitcher wants to live.
Yes, Vasky has some good movement. They're having a hard time connecting that inside-out pitch.
Cleaver lifts it out into left. Camps out underneath it there. And makes the catch as Ervolino. Here's Ava Kadelka, center fielder. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first. Kadelka again, 346 batting average. She'll wait on that one as that catches some dirt.
You definitely want to advance the runner. She's been sitting there on first the entire time, which that means there's a lot of respect for Caitlin Toll, knowing that there are no free bases out here.
1-1. That'll come right across the heart of the dish to Kudelka. She took a big cut at that first strike. Lays off there on the second. Now behind 1 and 2. Really like Vasky's pace right now. Goes with the rise ball well out of the zone just to see if she'll chase. Screwball doesn't quite catch a corner, so now it's full. Good patience by Kudelka to not go chasing a couple of those and work this count to a difficult spot.
Yes, it's a full count. 3-2.
Payoff. Grounded over to the left side, fielded cleanly, throw across in time. Nicely done over there at third base by Morgan Hush.
And Western Dubuque is making it tough for North Polk to get any action. I mean, when you get your leadoff on first base and she doesn't advance the entire inning, that's frustrating.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if Western Dubuque can continue the rally into the fourth inning. They lead 2-0 after North Polk strands one on base in the bottom of the third.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
We're back, and we're going to get you right to the action here in the top of the fourth. It's Carly Vogel leading things off. Got on with an infield single on a bunt back in the second inning. Sneaky little drag bunt, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Now behind 0-2.
North Polk wants to make sure that they shut things down and lock in defensively in this fourth inning here to keep it close. They're down 2-0, haven't had much going on with their bats yet, only have 1 hit, but it's really important for them to focus in on every pitch here defensively.
This game's moved along quickly too, already sitting in the fourth inning, and obviously you don't look too far ahead. You got to take it an inning at a time, but there's not a lot of innings left to play with. That'll stay out of the zone for ball 1. And we saw upsets earlier today with Pella knocking off Cedar Rapids Xavier 5-1 in the 8-1 stunner.
I mean, it was unbelievable. It was 0-0 through 6 innings. It was unreal.
You might see us dive out of the way on the camera behind the dish there.
Yes.
For ball 2.
So it was 0-0 through 6, and then Emma Ekoff for Pella leads off. She's their lead runner, but she hits a double. She does the crane on second base. She gets her team fired up and hit and hit and hit. They score 4. It's 4-0. They're ahead. And she's the pitcher also. They shut down Xavier in the bottom of the inning. And in the 7th, she comes to bat again. They went through 9 batters in that 6th inning.
Wow.
With tons of energy, tons of excitement for Pella, the Pella Dutch. And then Emma Ekoff comes up the next inning in the 7th and hits a solo homer. I mean, she's unbelievable. It's like her 13th or 14th one. She's in over 30 home runs she's had this year. So super impressive and just shocking. I actually walked by Cedar Rapids Xavier. I mean, they're the #1 seed. I mean, the 8-1 is, usually you put your money on #1, but not with Pella leading with Emma Ekoff, her pitching and hitting. So they play on Wednesday in the semis.
They'll get ADM, who took 9 innings, but they came away with the upset against DCG in a 5-4 game that either team could have won. It was 1-1 all the way to the 9th, and then top of the 9th, ADM comes out and puts up 3 runs, and that was all she wrote in that one. And that's a DCG team loaded with sophomore talent that's going to be back here for a couple of years at least. And Coach Miracle knows how to get teams around here.
They're here like every year, aren't they? It's like kind
like
of their backyard. But shout out to the Little Hawkeye Conference with Norwalk. They're playing now on the other field. And Pella and DCG, 3 of the 8 teams.
Mulkey makes the catch there. Absolutely. Little Hawkeye. Just been absolutely stellar in Class 4A, but man, I saw the score for that Pella Xavier game, and I was stunned because I was doing it in my pre-tournament research. You saw everyone that played Xavier, and no one really beat Xavier much this year. So
no, and their pitcher going to Iowa, was 25-0 coming in on the game, and so a tough pitcher to hit for sure.
Well, this is where the rally started back in the 3rd. Evelyn Koopman going to try and start a 2-out rally here in the 4th. She lifts it out into left. That's over the head of the left fielder. That'll get to the fence. And Koopman 2 for 2 today, back-to-back doubles. And showing up in the biggest moment of the season is the junior. Extra base hits brought to you by Channel Seeds on that Koopman double out into left. And, it's that moment right there where you hear the Coops from the fan, and that 2-out rally might just be getting rolling here as they turn back to the top of the order with Melanie Rundy.
That's her 6th double of the year, but really fun to hit a double in Fort Dodge.
Rundy working with a 1-0. Fouls it back, 1-1. Raquel Fern on deck. And Hannah Hafer in the hole.
Yep, and Koopman needs to be ready to run. There's 2 outs. You got to be ready to round third and get to home on this Rundy hit if she's able to connect.
A 1-1 from Husak. That'll paint a corner. And I see you over here looking for a swing.
Yes. Oh.
It's a juicy one right there.
It was juicy.
All right, so 1-2. Husak working out of a 2-out jam. Koopman at second.
Rundy protecting the plate.
She'll ground it to short, fielded cleanly, throw across, bobbled. Koopman's going to come all the way around from second to score, and it's 3-0. It's a tough play at first. So the ball was a little bit low there for Tessa Dillinger.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you just have to show up. Sometimes you just have to put the ball in play. And Koopman was rounding third hard. Obviously with 2 outs, you're thinking from second, you're scoring. And she was full speed ahead and rounded that base well for an easy score for Western Dubuque.
Showing bunt, ball sneaks through the wickets of Lucas. And Rundy will advance to second.
Melanie Rundy looking quick, getting from first to second on the pass ball.
Fern had fielder's choice. She pops this one up, and that's out into shallow right. That'll fall into no man's land. Rundy trots all the way around from second to score another, and it's 4-0 on the RBI single from Fern.
As those 3 defenders came, it felt like the Bermuda Triangle. It was like, here they come, and there was a hole. That was almost the perfect spot. That was not an easy catch by the second baseman who's going back, the right fielder, or the center fielder. I would say, I don't know, the center fielder didn't look like she could get there, but what a perfectly placed base hit.
Madeline Cleaver out and right, tried to make the diving grab. It just fell underneath her. And Raquel Fern has herself an RBI single there. She's now 2 for 2.
I literally think there's a 1 foot by 1 foot patch out there, and that's exactly where it landed.
That ball muscled out into left. It
That's
keeps drifting, and lovely job out there in left by Audrey Lucas to stick with it toward the fence.
A nice drop step for an easy catch to get out of that inning.
But again, Western Dubuque does a little bit more. They double up their lead. 4 runs now on just a couple of hits. And it's time for North Polk to try and answer back in the bottom of 4. Next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Pitcher Ava Husak will lead things off here for North Polk in the bottom of the 4th, and they're down 4. North Polk, though, no stranger to comebacks. They went down 5-0 in their regional final game against Boone, and were able to claw all the way back, scoring 6 unanswered runs. That included a 2-run home run by the senior Caitlin Cleaver. So, can they replicate another comeback? This is a very good Western Dubuque team. Not saying Boone wasn't, but Lauren Vasquez been really sharp in the circle thus far.
She sure has, and she has the offense behind her, supporting her with 7 hits and now 4 runs. I think her warm-up there by Lauren Vasquez was even faster. Her velocity is increasing. I think her movement's really good. I think the confidence that Western Dubuque is playing with right now, they feel really good here in this 4th inning. But, hey, North Polk, they're a great team. This is a chance to get Ava Husak on base here and get things started.
She'll leave that up in the zone for ball 2. And really, I mean, when you get a few runs of a cushion as a pitcher, your mindset just can change a little bit in the sense of you can be a little bit more forceful with your pitches. You can take a little bit more risk, but not too much. There's strike 1 to Husak.
Yes, working that plate, the outside. And we talked about Emma Ekoff, the pitcher. That's a great hitter. And here we have Ava Husak for North Polk. I mean, she is hitting .522. She's a phenomenal pitcher. She does it all. And her team needs her to step up right now.
2-2 count. Vasquez battled back after digging herself a 2-0 hole.
She does have 10 home runs on the season. Important things. That has a star by it, and there it is.
Ground ball to third, bobbled. And they call Husak out at first. And a little bit of disbelief from Husak and Coach Pender over at third. It was a close play.
It was. I feel like she didn't sprint all the way to first base, and I'm not sure why. That's why you always sprint all the way through first base. I don't know if she thought it was going to be an out or what happened, or she tripped. It almost looked like she tripped or something, but she lost some of her speed. Oh, because that was close.
Now it's Lucy Lucas going to try and start a rally of her own. Takes ball 1. Had a couple of close plays there at the first bag last couple of games that we've had. That ball was up and in. Lucas almost kind of looking down at Coach Pender saying, I kind of wish I would have worn that one a little bit, but I mean, no batter likes to wear one. They'd rather hit one.
She does like to hit. She's a senior. She has 38 hits on the season, 28 RBIs. She has 18 doubles.
Good eye by Lucas. Leaves that one out. She reached on an error back in the second inning.
She needs to put it in play again here.
3-0. Assuming Coach Pender gives her a take. There's a strike. Very few players get a green light in those 3-0 spots, but were you one of them?
It depends. That's
Okay.
really the answer to everything. It
Right.
depends. I got the take signal a lot. A lot.
Probably looked at Coach like, but I know it's going to be right down the middle in this 3-0 count here. Just let me go hit it.
I think we were a little conservative with that. That was Coach Bob Curtis at Columbus. We were able to make it here to Fort Dodge in 1991 and 1993, so definitely very nostalgic for me to be back here in Fort Dodge from Little Columbus Junction. I played in the early 90s when it was a 16-team tournament. And if you look at the stat book, there were 16-team tournament, then there were three different classes, then 4. Now we have our 5 different classes, but we put them all together. And my senior year, we played Cedar Rapids Kennedy first, or not Kennedy, Jefferson first. That's a 2A versus a 5A, and you can guess what movie we watched before we came.
It had to be Hoosiers.
It had to be Hoosiers. That was our team bonding, and so all our records from that time are locked in because it was just a 16-team tournament. So I am glad that there are 5 classes now. I would have loved to go through again to see how we would have done in 2A because we had a great program at Columbus, the Columbus Wildcats. So we had a great run, great coaches, great teammates.
Has the complex changed much since your trip up here?
It has. I was like, I'm checking out the dugouts. It's weird to not be in a dugout, right?
Yeah.
The bathrooms are nicer, the area is nicer, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's good to be on the field again.
That ball hit high and hard out to center, right center. That's drifting to the fence. And that'll be a stand-up double for Caitlin Cleaver.
Yes.
I mentioned her name earlier. She had the big 2-run home run against Boone in that comeback. And now she can spark it here with the double to the fence.
Yes, Caitlin Cleaver crushed it. The fence got in the way of the center fielder there with Kyla. She couldn't quite get there, but a great hit. Only 1 out now with runners on second and third base in scoring position for the Comets.
That double by Cleaver. A reminder, extra base hits brought to you by Channel Seeds. And a good pause here as well for Coach with Western Dubuque to say, hey, calm things down, 1 out, 2 on. Let's just get it out here and see what we can manage.
That's not what Addie Pender is saying for North Polk. They're like, let's crank it up. Let's go. Like, this is our moment. Let's have some fun here and keep batting for a while. Let's hit these both in. Keep putting the ball in play. They're feeling confident even in that huddle right there. Lots of encouragement, lots of smiles. Even smiles coming to bat here.
Well, just probably
first baseman Tessa Dillinger.
Probably a reminder to enjoy the moment a little bit too, right? I mean, you're in a great spot here for Tessa, and what a spot for her to maybe make up for a couple of those spots that she had a miss or two at first.
Yeah, some tough balls over there. And right now it's all about offense.
She cuts at the first one, fouls it off. Being aggressive in the box. They've now seen Vasky enough to know what she's bringing and time it out. Runners at second and third for Tessa Dillinger. She'll take that for ball 1. There's a Koth on deck. Alex Mulkey in the hole. Dillinger takes strike 2.
Nice pitch there by Lauren Vasky, the junior. Doing a nice job of staying ahead in the count, putting some pressure on these batters.
She'll lay off that one. Good eye. The crowd wanted it for Western Dubuque.
No, the ump was correct. I support that decision. And Tessa Dillinger, she's tall.
Yeah.
She's tall. That's a low ball.
The lefty watches on for the 2-2. She'll offer and battle it off. She's going to make Vasky work for that strikeout.
Really a great at bat for Dillinger. 2 ducks on the pond here. Great opportunity offensively.
He stares at strike 3 on the outside corner. What a pitch by Vasky in a clutch moment.
Play of the game so far, really outstanding. I know it only put possibly at like 4-2, but man, Vasky using every inch of that plate and that outside corner. A tough ball to hit for that lefty. You'd have to step to it and take it to left field, but she lets it go by for the backwards K.
Larissa Koth fouls that one off. She struck out looking in her only plate appearance back in the second inning as well. Big moment here with 2 outs, 2 aboard. And the 0-1 from Vasky. That'll stay down around the ankles for ball 1. Huskies 1-1 is inside for ball 2.
Yeah, good movement. That's a nice pitch.
It's one of those pitches, if you swing at it, you're not making any contact with it. It's so far inside. It's got a nice little slide to it.
It does, and it keeps that batter honest and staying back a little bit.
That one she brings in a little bit towards the plate and a little bit up for strike 2. Now she's got Koth in a 2-2 count.
Yes, with these 2 runners, one at second, one at third base, desperate to score here.
That's nubbed over to second, handled, thrown, and over in time. Handled wonderfully, a little bit awkward, but still done nicely by Raquel Fern for out number 3. 2 left on base on 1 hit. No runs to show, and North Polk still trails as Western Dubuque will try and add even more in the 5th.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
So we're here in the 5th. 4-0 lead for the Western Dubuque Bobcats, the 6th seed, putting the 3 seed North Polk Comets on upset alert as Ava Husak leaves that inside to Caitlin Toll. Toll today, 1 for 2 with a RBI single back in the 3rd, part of that big 2-run 3rd inning that the Bobcats had. That one grounded to short. Throw across, right on the money, and there's out number 1. Mulkey putting that right on the money for that throw, and no harm done. I'll bring up Kyla Ramler now. Ramler 0 for 2. Grounded out into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd, strikeout in the 2nd. Rise ball she lays off of there. That's a really pretty rise ball, though, from Husak.
It sure is. Ramler working hard defensively, but she has had 41 hits this season, 29 runs, and 37 RBIs, and she'd like to get on base.
Lucas tried to frame that. Mr. Amadeo behind the dish wasn't biting on it, though.
We are working, both pitchers doing such a good job working inside and outside those edges of home plate.
That one lifted out shallow left, but playing in already out there was Audrey Lucas, and she'll haul that one in for out number 2.
Yes, 2 good at bats, good contact, right to the defenders.
This is kind of inning, though, Husak needs after 2 tough ones. She'd love to go 1, 2, 3 here and just let her offense get back to work.
Yes, and with a quick or a low pitch count.
That'll catch at corners for strike 1. This is Lauren Ervolino. Ervolino 0 for 2. Husak's 0-1. That'll stay up in the zone. Good eye by Ervolino to lay off. That does find the heart of the plate for a 1-2 count now. Husak with just 1 strikeout today. Looking for number 2 on the 1-2. Rise ball up and a little too high there.
Good snag by Lucas.
She's got the towel on her back strap there, trying to make sure her hand stays dry too. The 2-2. That's hit hard out into center, but that's right into the glove of Kudelka. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. No left on base, no runs. As we go to the home half of 5, North Polk will do up Alex Mulkey next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient.
Welcome back in. Getting ready for the home half of 5 here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. That ball fouled back and over the net by Alex Mulkey for strike 1. Mulkey had a single back out to center in the 3rd inning.
She'd like to add to her 30 hits on the season. It was a quick 3 outs for the Comets defensively, and now it's time to get the bats woken up.
They looked like they were onto something there the last inning. A walk and a double had them sitting with a couple in scoring position, just couldn't move them in across the plate as that ball's lifted shallow into right. Nice job to make that first step out into right by Raquel Fern. She handles that. Sometimes you just have those days where you're not hitting it in the spots they're not. And I think Western Dubuque's had one of those days where they are hitting it in spots and North Polk isn't always there. So 1 out, stays low and away to Audrey Lucas, left fielder. One-0, stays down and away for ball 2. This is a good spot here for a 9-hole hitter. 2-0 count, hitter's pitch, but also you're okay with another ball out and away. There's the strike, 2-1.
It's always nice to get a little production out of the bottom of your batting order.
The 1-2 becomes, or 2-1 becomes a 3-1. And to that point, you're seeing an evolution kind of in lineups too, where you're seeing some bigger hitters or more consistent hitters be put in that 9-hole spot for a swing to the top of the order. Ball 4, and Lucas is aboard with the walk.
Especially when you look at the speed that they have, just so they can capitalize on the top of the order to score some points with that. Even if we go back to Pella and Meekoff hitting so well, she's really a cleanup hitter and she bats leadoff.
Right.
But when you look at the season over and over and over again, she's getting more at bats than everybody else, and you want your top hitter to hit the most.
Showing bunt, pulls it back is Madeline Cleaver. Cleaver 1 for 2. Or I should say 0 for 1 with a walk in there as well.
Yes, the corners expecting this bunt here. The Comets have to advance this base runner.
1-0. Cleaver shoots one out into left, and she's aboard with the bloop single.
Yes, nice hit through the offense.
Lucas will trot to second, and that'll bring up Ava Kudelka, the center fielder. Today, she's still looking for her first hit. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, ground out in the 3rd, both to 3rd base.
1 out. We'll see if she swings away here.
It's a little bit of a changeup, it looked like, for strike 1. So 0-1 to Kudelka. 2 on, 1 out. She hits it high. That's drifting just on the line. Nice catch out there at short. Coming over to make the play was Rundy.
Yes, nice catch by Rundy. Those are the ones you're going to hit them. You wish that was behind first base and not third with those runners on first and second base.
2 outs now for Ava Husak. And we'll get another circle visit. And for Western Dubuque, it's one of those spots, again, you have 2 outs. You don't want to make any mental errors. And so smart job by Rex Massey to come out, just talk to his team, see what they want to do, and remind them of their roles here.
Yes. Yep. Coach Massey wants to make sure that they know that they're in control here and they can do great things. Of course, how did they get here? But they beat Fort Dodge. They earned their trip here to the state tournament by defeating Fort Dodge here at Rogers Park in the regional final. That win snapped the Dodgers' streak of consecutive state tournaments appearances at 7. I mean, those are tough. Wow. Those are tough games to win, and they did it. And here they go.
Here's Husak. She'll lay off for ball 1.
Again, anticipating what is everybody going to do. If it goes to third base, you touch your bag, right? Runners on first and second. You have the force out. You have 2 outs.
She'll stay away from that one again.
Yes, you just focus on the batter here defensively.
Lucy Lucas due up. She walked, or after Husak here, she walked back in the 4th and got on an error in the 2nd. Husak takes strike 1.
She does. Husak leads her team in RBIs with 39.
One swing of the bat changes the complexion of this game in a big way here. There's a slicer out into left. Coach Pender's sending, and we're going to get the first run across the board for the Comets. And sliding in safely was Audrey Lucas.
And Husak comes up big for the Comets with an RBI single.
The single out into left, certainly exactly what you need dialed up there. And now you get Lucas in and another bat that can move things around as Husak will get her courtesy runner brought in.
Amelia Kelsick. She
Just
is
an
the
8th grader.
8th grader. Come on, 8th graders. They have quite a few on the roster here.
Love to see that. And I think the Comets would love to see another run or 2 here and cut into that 3-run lead now.
Defensively, the situation is the same. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, doing the same thing. Just focus back in on the batter. But another great opportunity for North Polk.
Baskey looks in, delivers. Change up, keeps Lucas on her heels for strike 1. The catcher for the Comets. She lifts one out into shallow right. That'll drop in under the glove. Another Comets run coming into score, and it's a 4-2 ball game as Lucas delivers in the clutch.
Lucas is hype on first base, getting her team super excited. A great hit by her. I love that the right fielder really went for that ball, tried to catch it, knowing confidently that Ramler would be behind her to catch it or to get the grounder if it went through. The attempted dive. Runners on first and third.
Cleaver came in to score. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. It's Caitlin Cleaver. Cleaver was the hero against Boone.
Caitlin Cleaver is such a great player, but every time you say it, I just think Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Cleaver. I don't know, all this alliteration.
There's a clutch player in both of them. I can guarantee that.
Yes, there is.
The 0-1, that gets away. Here comes the run. Sliding in safely is that 8th grader, Amelia Kelsick, and it's 4-3. The tying run now sits at second. Another look. This rise ball just a little bit too much on it. Maybe it held on to it a little long, and just like that, The entire complexion of this game is flipped.
Yes. Massey's already talked to his team, so I like that Caitlin Toll said, hey, I need a minute with my pitcher. Calm her down. We've had 2 outs here for a while. Just need to focus in. Just a runner on second now, but a big runner there with the tying run.
2-1 count now. It's Lucy Lucas out there. That's a nub foul for a 2-2 count. A 4-3 ball game here. It's gained some life over the last 3 innings. Vasky looks on, 2 outs, 2-2. Gets a swing and a miss. That'll end. The damage has been done, though, by North Polk as they cut into that 4-run lead. It's a 4-3 game. Western Dubuque leads North Polk with the momentum as we go to the top of the 6th.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just what you did now. I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Well, we're back here for the top of the 6th. And I think IGHSAU would love nothing more than to repeat what she did in the 5th, which was 1-2-3. And I think that's really where the momentum was created for this North Polk team.
I agree. It was such a quick inning, that quick half inning. So it was like they were at bat, and it wasn't very long. It wasn't even 10 minutes maybe, and then the Comets were up to bat again. But it was too bad that Ava Fielen, the 8th grader who was running for Lucas, got stuck on second base because that was so key to tie it up here. But to be 4-3, it gives the defense now a lot of confidence.
IGHSAU will step into the circle and start her delivery once again. And that'll stay out of the zone. And this is Carly Vogel. Vogel with a 1-3 put out back in the 4th and got on an infield single with a bunt back in the 2nd inning. The 1-0. That'll paint a corner. Really been impressed with all the pitching I've seen down here so far in just the 2 games I've called over here, and then what you explained with Pella over on the other diamond. It's, we're pretty privileged to get to watch high-quality pitch softball. And another bunt attempt, and that's going to be another infield single. That's just a tough play to make for any infielder, let alone Harper Lincoln, who's over there as the 8th grader.
Yeah, Harper's really quick. You could see her pounce on that ball. She was almost going so fast. Tried to barehand it there, but smart to not even make the throw. So there's definitely some wisdom there in that 8th grader to not go ahead and throw it. Just let her get on first and let's get an out here.
The leadoff bunt has Morgan Hush up, and she's showing bunt. She does the same. This time fielded cleanly. Throw over to first is good. Good coverage as well by IGHSAU over at 3rd to make sure that Vogel couldn't advance any further than 2nd.
Yes, and that's Harper Lincoln coming right back, fielding it cleanly, throwing it cleanly. Out number 1.
Evelyn Koopman, who's been the star of the day, in my opinion, for the Bobcats at the plate. 2 doubles. She's 2 for 2 on the day. She's gotten everything started each time.
She has Koopman the junior.
That'll stay down in the zone. One 0, 1 out.
Here come the Coop calls. Coop, 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 Coop.
That was right down the middle of the plate, and I think Koopman would want that one back because that was just asking to be driven somewhere deep.
It was. It was thrown hard. She was late on that swing.
Well, we've talked about that with IGHSAU. She's got some pace to her fastball, and if you connect with it, it's going to go. So a 1-1 now. Jams her. That flare drops in, fielded cleanly. Throw is there. They make the call as out. Hoopman is out there. Runner does advance to third, though. It was a close play. You could see the reaction by our umpire over there at first, but I think he got the call right on the 6-3 putout. That was a really nice job by Alex Mulkey to field that cleanly, get the throw across, and make it a good throw as well.
It was good defense. Again, with the base runner, everything has to be clean.
Ball one to Rundy here in the 6th.
Melanie Rundy, it just seems like she makes things happen. She's kind of a catalyst for this Bobcat team. She makes things exciting. We'll see what she can do here.
RBI single back in the 3rd, got on an air in the 4th. Stays off that one, takes the ball.
You feeling a squeeze play here at all?
You think about it, don't you? Especially as deep as your third base is playing, and even first base is playing a little bit deep. It'd take a nice play. 2-0. She'll hack at it. Ground ball to second, fielded, throw in time. Out number 3 as Rundy goes down there, and no runs come across as one gets stranded at third. It's a 4-3 ball game as we go to the home half of 6 with North Polk due up with Tessa Dillinger.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Sun's starting to make a early afternoon appearance here as we approach 2:10 on the dial. A little sun doesn't hurt us. The winds have picked up a little bit. I'm not complaining 1 ounce, though.
It's a beautiful day.
Any day at a softball diamond's
really
a beautiful
is.
day, but this is
a beautiful day.
Pristine.
When there's a breeze, are you kidding me?
And it's not a hot one that's out like straight out of the south. Yeah, no, it's I know we talk about it a little bit too much sometimes in Iowa, but we love to talk our weather here.
Yes, it's a great day for softball.
And it's a great day here for Tessa Dillinger to step in and try and get her first hit of the day. Vaskey trying to keep things rolling here up 1. Dillinger laid off. She showed bunt, pulled back.
She did.
Maybe just trying to see how everyone moves out there on the diamond for her.
Yes, she's the junior first baseman. She's 3rd highest in hits. She has 40 coming into this game.
Shows bunt again, pulls back, ball 2.
Lots of options here, keeping the corners honest.
The 2-0 now from Vaskey. That's going to be out of the zone as well. Dillinger likely going to be taking here.
She needs to do everything she can to get to first base here. Let me see her hold.
There's your strike, 3-1.
It's got to be pretty perfect on this one as well.
But you're looking for it too, because no pitcher wants to put someone on base with no outs, and you're expecting something around the zone. She'll lay off that though. Ball 4 and a walk for Dillinger, puts her on base for the first time today.
It's a great at-bat.
So now it's Larissa Koth's turn to try and do the same. She struck out looking back in the 2nd, and then a ground out to second in the 4th. Mulkey now on deck. Quick look, and we're going to get a pitching substitution here.
Lauren Vaskey, let's just talk about how great she has done. She's had great ball movement, nice rise ball, working the corners so well. A great applause for her as she has her team in the lead here, 4-3 in the 6th.
Sophomore Callie Edwards warms up. We'll be right back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy Company.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, Today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
I apologize. It's Morgan Hush coming in for this pitching change. And pitching changes in today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. And that'll be a move for Morgan from third into the pitching circle.
Yes, and then as they rotate things around, number 7, Isabel Markham, will take the field for the first time here in the 6th inning as the shortstop. And Melanie Rundy, who's quite the utility player, will move to third base from shortstop. So nice to have a 1-2 punch as a team with your pitchers, and Vasky and Hush have worked together well. Vasky, as you look at the stats, has pitched 120 innings coming into the tournament, and Hush has pitched 91. So they're used to working together to get wins.
Larissa Koth fouls back the first pitch she sees from Hush.
It also takes a little while to adjust to a new pitcher. So we're talking 2 innings here, hopefully, if you're Western Dubuque Bobcats.
That's chopped over, nearly over the head. Markham makes the throw, and beating the throw out there is Koth. That was a great play for the substitute in over there at third.
Yes, it was awkward for her. It was behind her head. Her weight was totally going backwards, and she had to transition quickly. One hopped it, which is all she could do to get it to first base, and some good speed getting to first.
Close play there at first. Brings up Alex Mulkey.
Again, there are no outs.
Courtesy runner down at first.
Force at third here.
Harper Lincoln is that courtesy runner, and so now we bring Alex Mulkey up. Mulkey shows bunt. She stays away from it, though. She had a single back in the third, right up the gut, and then a pop out to second in the 5th. The 1-0 from Hush. That's going to stay inside. 2-0 count. I don't think you can argue that one. That one looked in tight. Again, we have a great angle down here right behind home plate. Not everyone else has that luxury. That's fouled.
Yeah, she
right
swings away. Didn't know if she'd bunt there. But Coach Pender making the calls to her hitter and both base runners to make sure everybody's on the same page here of what they expect to do. Trying to get at least another run or a couple here.
Shows bunt. She'll square that one up. Hustle down to first. Nice play there. Once again, that was a beautiful play by Melanie Rundy at third.
It was a great bunt also. That's a great bunt. Getting it done for your team by Alexander Mulkey. Advance those runners.
Especially now just one out. And it's Audrey Lucas, who walked back in her last appearance an inning ago. A slap hitter, as you see that little prance through the box.
Yep, she's looking to slap, so the defense makes some adjustments. They stay pretty deep with second and shortstop with the runners both on, but Melanie Rundy at third comes in tight.
That's nearly the perfect hit right there. Anything to the right side should at least have a play at the plate for us. And that's the one facet to softball I really enjoy is the target placement of a batter even. They're thinking about where am I putting this ball. As she flares that out into right, it's caught. And doubling up at second base to end the inning and just caught out there in a really, really tough spot at second. But that's a heads-up play over at second base by Raquel Fern.
What a fun play for Raquel Fern, and she was catching it going towards second. An aggressive base running made that second base out easy for her, but a big defensive play for the Bobcats.
Well, that'll take us to the 7th here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people. who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's another look at that double off. Wonderful play by Raquel Fern. Again, just a little bit too aggressive on the base pass as you think that one might be dropping in. She makes the snag and even goes for the tag just for good measure, but steps on second. And that is how the Bobcats keep their one-run lead intact. Otherwise, you're getting right to the top of the order with Cleaver due up. Now IGHSAU is going to go back to work and try and work another quick inning here in the 7th. It's Raquel Fern who just made the double play.
Hey, she's excited. Some good velocity on that pitch from IGHSAU. Fern's late on that pitch as the ball is now stuck.
I think it's lodged back behind the tarp. And we don't want to have to get that thing out today. I think just play and know there's one stuck under there. Oh, there we go. And it's out.
That could have made for a heck of a trick play.
It would have made something, yeah. Hopefully the tarp doesn't need to come out this week. It'll be out overnight, I'm sure.
Softball doesn't have quite as many trick plays as baseball does, but
put some ivy out in the outfield. You never know what could happen.
You never know.
So
let's just stick with Ferns.
Yeah, there you go. Fern here. She'll lay off the rise ball up in the zone. 1-1 count. Fern today been on base all 3 times, putting an RBI single back in the 4th. That looked like a great pitch, just a hair outside. They see if she offered. She did not.
I like that Lucas asked. It's an experienced catcher.
Make the appeal. Never know what happens.
Never know. Hey, it's the 7th inning. Every single pitch. So important.
2-1 count turns to 2-2 with that foul ball.
Good at bat here already by Raquel Fern. Trying to get on base here to start off this 7th inning.
IGHSAU delivering the 2-2. That'll stay in. Have to note the Drake coaching staff in attendance to watch IGHSAU, who is committed to be a Bulldog after her high school career wraps in a couple of years. Full count payoff on the way. And we'll get another go at it. Fern protecting the zone nicely there. Payoff once again. That one hit hard up the middle. That'll drop in, and Fern is up and on with the single out into center. Good piece of hitting by Fern.
Yes, and that was on the full count. Love the encouragement, intensity, and energy that she's bringing to her team as she gets to first base and looks in the dugout and really yells at them to get fired up. The junior, the leader, Raquel Fern.
Hannah Hafer now going to try and follow suit.
Yes, Raquel's like, hey, I'd like to go back out on defense with a little more of a cush lead.
Quick discussion at the circle, and then Lucas is coming over to talk to her coaching staff. Coach Mark Amadeo letting them know that counts as a coach visit.
Nobody has tried to steal in this game. It's always fun to see a quick play at second base, but lots of respect for both catchers.
We'll see if Fern heard you from over here and tries to take off. Hafer shoots a ground ball over to the left side. Fern doesn't have to steal. She can just trot across to second standing up, and that's a nice job by Hafer to jump on the first pitch strike.
Yes, especially with no outs here, trying to build on this one-run lead.
So now it's Caitlin Toll's turn, the cleanup hitter in this lineup. She's 1 for 3. That lone hit was a single out into left with an RBI.
She's second in hits on this Bobcat squad.
No outs, 2 on. Toll watches as strike 1 crosses the plate. A little shocked she didn't try and jump on it too with the way the last 2 pitches have been struck.
Yeah, I think IGHSAU was like, you know what, I have to get ahead in this count. This is too important. So she took a little speed off, make sure she laid it in on the outside of the plate.
The 0-1. Toll shows bunt, lays it down, advances the runners. Throw over to first. Nicely done by Dillinger. There's out number 1, but the sacrifice advances everyone.
Great sacrifice bunt.
So now it's Kyla Ramler. Ramler 0 for 3. Struck outfielder's choice and a fly out to left. 2 in scoring position though for the Bobcats with Fern. And the pinch runner for Hafer.
Nice cut. Kyla Ramler, she and Caitlin Toll are tied at leading the team in RBIs because that's what she needs to do right now is get 1, if not 2, of her teammates to score.
Ramler takes strike 2.
An outside pitch.
It's a good spot to live for Husak. Lacey Hofer is the pinch runner over there at second for Hafer. It's Hofer in for it's Hafer for Hafer. Got to get my pronunciations right as that ball's left up. I'm guessing they're related. So 1-2, 1 out. Husak looks on for the sign. That'll be a dribbler. Throw coming home, not in time, gonna skip away. Runner coming in again. And sliding in safely for 2 more. That's Hafer again. Not 1, but 2. And the lead swells 6-3.
They need to talk about it. Because here's the replay. Here you see her. She hits the ball away, and the first one goes in to score, but she wasn't sure she touched home plate, so she touches again on the bubble from the catcher as they score the second run. So good hustle to make sure. I think she did touch home plate on the first time and got in and out quickly on home base so that she didn't interfere with any play that was to happen right behind her.
And I think that's what caused Lucas to hesitate on that throw or the little toss back.
Great base running, great heads up play, and a great little hit.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of a little, just a
little dribbler,
hit.
yeah.
Little dribbler to second base, scores 2. Like what? I mean, it's an error as well, but.
It works.
Didn't you think, should we just have gone to first base? Right? And maybe just
right,
got a second
take you out.
So there's that.
It's a tough spot, right? You're trying to stop any bleed.
It is. They still would advance their runner to second base or to third base on the play.
Right. But I think you're right to that extent. Now you create no more harm than what's done than that 1 run coming in and keep it a 2-run game. 3 runs is tough. Not saying it's out of the question by any means, but you're in a 7th inning now where there's not a lot of room to work with it.
No, and part of the reason is because that hit was not hit hard.
Yeah.
So it's all about time. It's all about speed of the ball coming off of that bat.
Well, and as a base runner, anything on the right side, you're going home.
Yes. But had that throw been on the money, is that an out?
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close. We sit with a 1-2 count here to Lauren Ervolino. That'll stay outside the zone.
Yep, I like how Ava is working that outside. 2-2 count, 1 out, base runner on second base.
I actually think she's pitched a really good game today. I think she's just had a couple spots where her defense hasn't picked her up necessarily. So 2-2, that's back to the diamond, or back to the netting in front of us. So a full count.
That puts Rambler to third base.
That ball grounded over to the left side. That's going to be a tough play to make. Throw is not there, and another run comes in as Rambler trots home. Ervolino is safe at first. That nearly found the gap. That's a tough play to make for anyone.
It is. It was a great backhand by Mulkey, but couldn't get her feet set to get that to first base. It was far right on the throw.
Now 7-3, Bobcats lead. New count here, no outs, or one out, I'm sorry. Swing and a miss there. Big cut by Vogel. She wanted it.
That might have been the fastest pitch she's had all day. I think there's some frustration in that one.
Think she's got some anger behind it?
I do for her, right?
Yeah.
You don't want errors. Nobody wants errors, but it's tough when they accumulate, especially one inning here in the 7th.
That's fouled off towards the media box over there. As a former videographer in these spots, I miss having the field boxes just for the angles. It gets a little crowded up in a forklift there, or a scissor lift. It's a little challenging at times.
I thought you were going to say you just don't want the equipment to be hit.
Oh, that.
So you will sacrifice.
No, never. 0-2 stays up in the zone.
Sacrifice a limb.
You wanted to make a play every once in a while, but some of those came at you pretty quick. I get why they did it.
It's high.
Safety. It's not just for us, but the players too, as they come in to make plays. So a 1-2. That's popped straight up. Husak will field it herself. That puts Vogel in the book for out number 2.
Yes, Husak with a little sigh of relief there. Another out. Okay, you feel so much better when there's 2 outs and a runner on first. Get that confidence back and just really focus in on the batter here, who's now the pitcher.
Morgan Hush. She's up. She has not been on base today. Flew out twice in a fielder's choice ground out. There's strike 1.
That ball had no movement. It was just
dead
another
straight.
fastball. It was.
That stays up on the hands and fouled off. And here you just, if you're the Comets, get out of it, and then the why not us here in the 7th?
Why not us? Rally cap time, but
This
Husak,
Western Dubuque team has been really good.
They have. But here's Husak. I mean, she's pitching so well.
The 0-2 induces a ground ball, fielded cleanly, flipped over, bobbled, and dropped. And again, a tough play for Caitlin Cleaver at second there. I don't mind the play. Just got to be corralled by your shortstop in Mulkey, and it happened so quick.
Lots of variables, lots of movement. A great defensive play to get on your knees, make sure it does not go through the infield. So great job defensively on stopping it. And then it's quick, right? The runner's going from first. You don't have much time and went too quickly and too much movement and not able to get the out.
So here's Evelyn Koopman. She's 2 for 3. Last at bat was the lone time she didn't find her way on base. Otherwise, she's got 2 doubles tonight. She'll chop that one to shortstop. Throw across. Dug out nicely by Dillinger. And there's out number 3 as Mulkey makes the throw.
Yeah, great first baseman play there. Well, one hop, using her glove, stretching well.
That'll be 3 outs, but 3 runs come across on a few hits for the Bobcats, and we are in the home half of 7, where North Polk needs 4 to keep this game going, 5 to walk it off. We'll find out next on the Girls Union Network.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
And we're back, and, well, if there's a place you ever wanted to be down 4 runs, it'd be at the top of the inning, and that's where, or top of the order, and that's where North Polk finds themselves with Madeline Cleaver due up.
Madeline Cleaver, the sophomore, she has 51 hits coming into today. She is the leader in hits. Love that she's the leadoff. An important at-bat for her to keep the rally or start the rally to get on base and see what the Comets can do. Again, this is just the second inning that Morgan Hush has been pitching, so if they can catch fire with her and connect on these balls, you never know what can happen.
Hush leads things off with a strike to Cleaver. It's an 0-1 count. Cleaver going to chop at it. Over to second and throw across in time. No problem there for Fern for out number 1.
Nice standard play by Raquel Fern.
Ava Kudelka now looking for her first trip to first base or beyond today. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. Grounded out to third. And then a fly out to short in foul territory in the 5th. 5 errors in this game for the Comets, a little uncharacteristic, and it's going to be tough to win any game in that sense as Kudelka swings and misses. First strike 1 there.
Nice low pitch on the outside corner by Hush.
The 6-seeded Bobcats trying to make it to the semifinals after being eliminated last season by DCG. That ball, I'm sorry, they were bounced by North Polk, so they want to return the favor as that ball's fouled back to the netting. Apologies there.
See what Hush can do here on this 2-2 count. Try to go for the strikeout.
Tries to work the outside part of the plate. Good job by Kudelka, not risking it, just fouling it back. And the 2-2 once again. That time out well outside, but good spot to miss there as she's trying to get Kudelka to fan at it.
Caitlin Toll, the catcher, doing a nice job moving things around, adjusting.
Full count payoff. Had some English on it, and Kudelka is on first with the infield single. That thing had plenty of backspin.
It sure did. Man, you don't see that very often. A base hit, a legit base hit between the pitcher and the second baseman. Way to get on.
Just dropped in gently. Spun back a little bit, and nothing Fern could do with it.
I don't know if Ava Kudelka knew how fortunate she was.
And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Kudelka as the one-out rally gets a start point there.
Ava Fjelland comes in again, utilizing those 8th graders and their speed.
One out. And this is Ava Husak. She takes strike 1.
Ava Husak again hitting .522, 10 home runs on the season. She'd sure like to have one right now.
RBI single back in the 5th. Stays away from that for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count now. Fjelland at first. They're going to call that dead ball as it nicks Husak. Probably not how she wanted to get on base, but you'll take it right now.
That was very inside, and we have another pitch runner.
This time, it's Amelia Kelsick, the 8th grader, coming into pinch run there. So a pair of 8th graders on the bases, and it's one of those where you trust coaching comes into play for the young minds. Just new situations, new pressures. And as Lucy Lucas is now up with 1 out, 2 aboard. She'll stay away from it for ball 1. On deck, Caitlin Cleaver. The 1-0. That gets away. Both runners advance on the wild pitch. That's more importantly ball 2 to Lucas here. A hitter's count. We're going to get another circle visit.
Yes, here comes Western Dubuque head coach Rex Massey again. He's saying there is a limit.
I think you get 2 circle visits before a substitution has to be made.
Yes.
So I think they're going to give him this one. He was checking to see if he had any others. But just a quick discussion.
Yeah, I think Morgan Hush has said, I'm fine, I'm good, let's go. We have 1 out. Like,
yeah.
We're close to here. I just felt her confidence as he approached the mound.
And Lucy Lucas, a senior, big moment for her. She tries to keep her senior season going with the Comets here.
So important for Caitlin Toll, the catcher here for Western Dubuque, to make sure there are no pass balls no matter what. She's got to make sure she flips that glove, gets low, blocks everything to keep that runner on third base.
2-0. That's going to be a ball and a 3-0 count.
Is there a green light?
I think it's going to be a take. Yeah.
Yep. 3-0. Any questions? I didn't think so. we have
especially with Cleaver on deck. Ball 4, and Lucas is now on. Bases are loaded for Caitlin Cleaver.
Hey, this is the excitement we want. My goodness, there's been 11 hits for the Bobcats, 7 for the Comets.
And then another senior here in the 5 spot in the lineup. Again, I've mentioned it. She had a 2-run home run against Boone in the regional final. That was a game that North Polk came back and won 6-5 to punch their ticket to this very spot.
Yes,
1 out.
She's a game changer.
That's a ball up in the zone. You hear the North Polk crowd coming to life a little bit. Bases loaded. Tying run is at the plate. Keep in mind, it is 7-3. Hush delivers the 1-0. That's a strike, her first in 5 pitches. And that's a good job by Cleaver to make her throw a strike here with the control issues she's had. 1-1. That's snubbed right back. Hush comes home. She snares it. That's a nice play at home, and she did hold on to it.
Barely. It was like that snow cone at the end of her glove. It was just barely in there, but man, she had to squeeze tight to keep that because that catcher's glove is different. But a nice heads-up play by Hush to get the lead runner out. 2 outs now.
Sometimes it's hard to field the position and make that throw, and Toll bails out her pitcher there, so 2 down. That's grounded to short, bobbled. No throw, and there's another run across, and it's now 7-4 with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was a choppy ball. You really have to give with that ball when you're trying to attack it.
Tessa Dillinger aboard with that error. Brings up Larissa Koth. Koth had a single back in the 6th.
She'd take another one right here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Down 3.
Koth will lay off that pitch as it catches the inside corner.
Larissa Koth, the senior. She has 32 hits, 14 runs, and 25 RBIs. Looking for an RBI right here.
The 0-1. She stays off of it as it stays up in the zone.
Yeah, and he hasn't been calling that all day long. But good movement to
So
that
now
outer quadrant by Hush.
A 1-1. Here's Hush. That's going to stay up and out of the zone. So 2-1.
There comes that hit and pitch.
It's a hitter's count right here. No pitcher wants to work to a 3-1. The 2-1 now. That's up in the zone for a 3-1 count. Koth has been very patient, and it might pay off for her.
She has. Talk about a hitter's count again. Still going to be selective. Keep your weight back and drive through.
Another senior opportunity. Koth watches, flares it out into right. It's deep. It's going. It's falling in. One run comes in, another, and the Comets have tied it up in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs.
She crushed it. You've got to be kidding me. That was that 3-1 count. The hitter's dream. Wow.
Larissa Koth comes in the clutch, and we have a tie game that was about 3 feet from being out of the park.
The outfield, the fans in the outfield were ready to catch it. They thought it was over. It's 200 feet all the way around here in Fort Dodge.
And we're going to get another pitching change with 2 outs.
I like it. I like it.
What a moment as Lauren Vasky will come back in. We'll see if she needs much of a warm-up.
I'm not even watching. I'm watching Larissa Koth over with her teammates. Just bringing all the hype.
We'll take a really quick break, I think, as we get a quick warm-up from Vasky here on the Girls Union Network.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
So Vasky comes back in. Substitutions and pitching changes brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. And worry-free is anything but explaining this game right now, as both sides, boy, has it been a back-and-forth affair, and the North Polk Comets just don't say die.
They don't. High-octane offense, but Larissa Koth comes up big with an almost home run to get a couple RBIs that her team so needed here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's tied 7-7, the winning run on second base.
Vasky back into pitch. Mulkey up to bat. She pops that one up. And we will head to extras for the second time today on the Iowa Central Diamond. Here on the Girls Union Network, you're watching girls high school state softball action presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be right back.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Well, if you had told me an inning ago we'd be walking into the 8th inning of action, I probably would have said that's going to take a minor miracle. Comets, well, they wished upon a star apparently, so here we are.
There's nothing like a good rally. And that's a senior. That was Larissa Koth is a senior. There's nothing like, hey, we want to play into the right side of the bracket, not the left side of the bracket. We want to stay and get to the semis, and we're going to fight with all we have to get there and support our pitcher in IGHSAU, who's pitched a phenomenal game.
Absolutely, and of course, that was all with 2 outs in that spot.
I did like Western Dubuque with Coach Massey. He switched pitchers there to get the extra out, and I think that was good. I think he can go back and forth, but they're used to that. That's their norm. It's not everybody's norm by any means, but they both are great pictures to sort of bring Vasky back was a wise decision.
Well, just as the Comets were at the top of the order in the 7th, Western Dubuque is at the top of the order here in the 8th, and Melanie Rundy here in this 7-7 ball game has an opportunity to try and get another rally going for the Bobcats. What did they put in the water of Class 4A? That's my question right now as we sit with a 2-0 count. Again, just to recap the day thus far, I haven't checked on the latest game over on the other diamond, but Pella upsets Xavier in an 8-1 matchup. As there's ball 3 to Rundy. And then on this diamond, we went to 9 innings where ADM took down DCG in the 5-4 matchup. Tigers were the 5 seed there. That one had to go 9 innings. The 3-0.
Will we go 9 here? Will we take care of it?
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
I don't know if the fans at home can handle that excitement of back-to-back 9-inning affairs.
Well, Rundy's just hoping to get on here and see what the Bobcats can do.
So a 3-1 count. Bat flared back. It's now a full count. And get this, North Scott knocks off Norwalk.
No.
So we now sit with the 7 seed advancing, the 5 seed and the 8 seed advancing, and the 6 and 3 in a duke it out kind of battle right now. Welcome to Parity Central.
It truly is.
Here's the payoff from Husak. That's chopped to second. Fielded cleanly, throw over, nicely done. Nice job by Caitlin Cleaver, who gets out number 1.
I did hear North Scott's coach, Holly Holting, say that they are always a low seed and they always get through that first round. So the seeding is just so we know what time to put them on the field, because obviously the seedings, if you play 10 times, I don't know. It's 5-5. All these teams are so good, and it's so close.
That ball lifted towards foul territory, nearly laying out and making the grab out in right was Madeline Cleaver. It was close. She had it in the mitt. That's a tough area to make a play. You got a lot kind of closing in on you.
Good. Great hustle, though. I love that she laid out to go for it.
This is Raquel Fern. Fern has been stellar on defense, been stellar on offense. She's done it all today. Sitting with a 0-1 count. That's nubbed out and into right. That'll drop in for the infield single. And Fern is aboard again.
Well placed. Right down the sideline there.
That's her second single out into right field today. She's been on base every at-bat she's had.
She's impressive.
Anna Hafer, she was a big part of the 3-run 7th. She had a single as well out into left in her last at-bat. That was her first hit of the day. So 1 out, 1 aboard for Hafer, the senior designated player. She grounds one over to third. It's snapped at. And the throw over is in time. Way to stick with it over there by Harper Lincoln.
When they hit it that hard at you, you can bobble it a few times and still get them out at first, because that was hit so hard.
Fern advances to second, but out number 2 is canned up by Harper Lincoln on the throw across. Didn't panic, stuck with it. The throw was right on the dime. And we're going to get another circle visit here as Caitlin Toll steps in once again. Sack bunt back in the 7th. Her lone hit came in the 3rd with a single out into left. It was an RBI single. She's called a good game behind the dish as well. Made some nice plays.
She has. I like that she has her team smiling. I think that's cool. Like, she's not chewing them out about anything. I think just a quick reminder, hey, there's 2 outs. There's 2 outs. Let's go 1. Let's get out of here. Yes, there's a runner on second base. But everybody do their thing, and let's go hit, and let's try to score and win this.
Here's Husak, 2 outs. That's going to be down in the zone just a little bit. And that's been borderline most of the day.
working the zone.
1-0 count. A little extra heat on that, leaves it up in the zone for ball 2. Kyla Ramler waiting on deck. Dubuque a little outside, now 3-0 count to Toll. And Toll's patience may pay off with a free trip down to first.
Have to play heads up here. You can't lax even if there is a walk because the base runners always just looking to take an extra base, and you know Fern is.
There's the first strike to Toll. 3-1 count. She's going to be picky here.
Yep, still a hitter's count.
Rise ball lays off of it, and she is aboard with the trot down to first. And now runners at first and second. Courtesy runner coming in for Toll. Kyla Ramler struck out in the second, grounded into a fielder's choice to second. Back in the third. Flew out to left in the fifth. And I believe a single there in the seventh.
Yeah, so the courtesy runner is Ella Digman, who takes first base.
2 aboard, 2 out. Ramler watches that stay down in the zone. Ervolino on deck. She's singled in her last at bat as well. 7-7 ball game here in the 8th. Extra innings needed. That's up and in around the hands for ball 2 to Ramler. The cloud cover coming back in. Wind is blowing out to left, I'll mention that. In case anyone wants to keep tabs, we have a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss as Husak brought the heater.
She did. You hear the pop in the catcher's glove.
No better sound. Now a 2-1. Hitters count still for Ramler. She'll lift that out into left and handled with ease by Lucas. That'll wrap up the top of the 8th and send us to the home half of 8. Still tied at 7 in extras. The Comets will attempt to walk it off when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just what you did now. I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Audrey Lucas will lead off the North Polk Comets before they'll head up back to the top of the order with Madeline Cleaver and Ava Kadelka after scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to send this game to extras in the 4A quarterfinals. Let me recap the rest of 4A for you really quick. Pella knocks off Xavier. ADM tops Dallas Center Grimes 4-1 and 9. And North Scott has beat the 2 seed Norwalk. So, the 8 and 5 play in the semis against the 7 versus the winner of this. Offering at it was Lucas on a drag.
Yes, and Lauren Vasky back in the mound from the 7th inning. I keep saying the mound. I'm so sorry.
You're
in the
fine.
circle. There she is. Stays in the circle. I love that they switch pitchers. And she wants to get ahead in the count here.
Vasky was pulled back in the 6th after a little bit of control challenges, a couple of walks in there, or a walk in there. Hush then has some control issues herself, and that's where the Comets came in and were able to get a 2-out rally to keep this game going as ball 1 here to Lucas.
Yes, and then Hush, of course, back to third base. And then Rundy was on short, then third, now back to shortstop.
That's going to be a ball outside. Again, Lucas battling in there, was in an 0-2 hole, has gotten it back to a 2-2 count. 2-2 on the way, fouled off. Audrey Lucas just leaving the bat out there a little bit.
She just really liked the pitch. It was high. They want to pop something up. So a nice pitch by Vasquez.
They're going to check and see if this was a bunt. Obviously a fouled off bunt.
It was not a full swing.
But that's kind of the nature of a slap hitter, isn't it? You leave that bat out there in the zone a little bit longer. And
yes, I think they'd like to go to the replay as well.
do we have a replay of that? Let me ask my director if we can replay it really quick. Negative on that. They're saying she offered as a swing. It's always worth an ask. You never know.
She did come through, but
Yep.
she did hold it out a long time, yes. It was a bunt slap.
The trickiness of softball. We sit with a 2-2 count still for Lucas. She'll stare at strike 3, and she goes down looking for out number 1 here in the 8th. Vasquez does a nice job to switch up the pitches there. That'll take us to the top with Madeline Cleaver, the right fielder. Today she's got a single, a walk, and then she grounded out to second and flew out to left. She'll take strike 1.
She didn't jump on that first strike, which surprises me a bit, but look at her to be ready for this second one.
The 0-1, she does jump on it. It's flared out into left. Having to make the shoestring catch out there in left is Ervolino, but that's out number 2. A little dicey there for just a moment. Ava Kudelka now. She had the infield single that Englished its way into no man's land. That's a ball inside. It's her lone hit today. She had a fielder's choice, a ground out, and a fly out. Her 5th plate appearance. The 1-0 from Vasquez. That's up in the zone. .2-0 now. That's across the heart of the plate. A little bit of off speed there. I think had Kudelka on her toes, or on her heels a little. 2-1. That's a ball up and out.
Yeah, Vasquez really trying to work that outside corner. Just a bit outside.
Home plate umpire Mark Amadeo's been consistent with it though. 3-1. That's ball 4, and Kudelka's aboard with 2 outs. Is it another rally moment? You've got Ava Husak, the pitcher, who'd love nothing more than to finish her cause off.
She's thinking 2 words, walk off.
She's got the bat to do it. She walked in the 7th. Single out to left center back in the 5th. 2 outs here, 1 on. Husak looks back and takes ball 1. She is dialed in right now. Vasquez's been sharp too. The 1-0. That's down in the zone. Husak's waiting for the perfect one, and she's going to make Vasquez come into her a little bit.
Yep, she triggers even on that ball.
2-0 now. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Husak didn't like it much.
She didn't like it at all.
Pitchers and catchers know their strike zone better than anyone, right? The 2-1. She offers, and there's a 2-2 count. Vasquez has worked back nicely here.
Yes, nice pitch by Lauren Vasquez.
These are spots you live for as both a pitcher and a hitter.
Yes, 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That's flared out down the line and left. Fielded beautifully once again. Ervolino kind of came in, had to drift back out, but she makes the play for out number 3. We're going to go to the 9th. Something about 9 innings here on this diamond. We'll see if Western Dubuque can get the bats rolling once again. It'll be Lauren Ervolino who made the last 2 outs, getting it started when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
This is what you come to state softball for. Just absolute drama. It's been a fun one here. Western Dubuque had a 7-3 lead going into the home half of 7. Got down to 2 outs. We're up 3 runs at that point. North Polk rallies. And just like that, we are now into inning number 9. Joanna, any thoughts?
You know, we used to have a runner on second base, and I really love that. I miss that part of it because it forces scoring and it forces a little more stress and pressure, and it just forces the game to end sooner.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, I mean, here you have to earn it, so I'm sure there's an argument from the other side. So I just I'm always ready for that runner to go, and they don't do that anymore.
What's ironic is MLB has taken that mindset on in the regular season, too, for that very reason, to keep things moving. So.
Yes. Because we're pushing back the whole day now. 5A has to wait.
And with weather the way it is here, it can get dicey. And Husak's going to keep throwing as that's a ball 1 to Lauren Ervolino. I'm curious to see, let me pull up my stat sheets if I can find it, who would be next in line to step in and throw for the Comets. Let's see if I can find my stat line there.
I think she'll stay. I think she can go.
That ball flared out into right, falls in fair, and stretching it for 2 is Ervolino. She's up into second. There's your base runner at second, just like that. Great effort out in right by Cleaver, just couldn't come down with it, and great piece of hitting by Ervolino.
Yes, maybe earning it is better. Thank you, Ervolino. Thanks, Lauren.
The left fielder was active on defense there. And just for reference, Caitlin Cleaver has thrown in 15 games this season, 7.3 record, 2.0 ERA, so if necessary, but you can, as you said, you think Husak wants it all, and I think that'll be a decision she'll have to make herself in some ways.
I think Husak will find it within herself.
This is Carly Vogel right now, who's got a strike on her. Husak delivers, bunt shown, laid down to the third base side, throw over in time, nice coverage. Comets stick true to their basics there as the throw down by Lincoln is right on the mark.
Yes, textbook for Lincoln. But a nice bunt to advance the runner to third base here with 1 out. Morgan Hush, the senior, up to bat.
1 out runner at third. That stays up.
Good patience by Hush to lay off that rise.
She's been active. Obviously came in and no fault of her own in that spot. Sometimes the team just gets the hits going. So 1-0. She's going to lean back and take ball 2. Evelyn Koopman waits on deck, who's 2 for 2 today. 2-0, 1 out. Ervolino at third. That's chopped right back. Play coming home. Heads up play by Husak to make the throw home. Tagged by Lucas is in time. And we stay knotted at 7.
That ball barely stayed in the glove, but great heads-up play by Husak. Definitely senior smarts right there to go quickly to home.
That ball got on her quickly, too, and had time, unlike one of the ones we saw earlier, that dribbler to second. That was forced and led to a couple errors and quick chat.
But that's what the Comets hope to do, to take that defense into the dugout and turn that into some scoring in the bottom of this inning.
And you saw Husak's reaction there on that play, too. She was up at him, ready to go. What a clutch play as we get a courtesy runner now at first. It's Katie McKenna, the senior, who will run here with 2 outs. And again, it's Evelyn Koopman. Back-to-back doubles in the 3rd and 4th inning. She'd also come around to score twice. She's grounded out her last 2 at-bats to short. Affectionately called Coop by the fans in her dugout. Takes ball 1.
I don't expect him to steal second base.
That shot right over to Dillinger. Dillinger cans it up, and there's out number 3. So now the home half of 9 awaits us on the other side of the break. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
And we're going to lead things off with Lucy Lucas here in the 9th. And then we've got Caitlin Cleaver and Tessa Dillinger on deck and in the hole. 9th inning, that's where ADM DCG ended, but ADM was the visiting team in that game. Any run by North Polk walks it off. Vasky stays in to pitch. She exited for about an inning and a third.
In the 6th, right?
Yep.
In the 6th. Here we go. So here's Lucy Lucas. Now, I feel like the momentum is definitely in the North Polk Comets dugout right now. They had that heads-up play that went 1-2, and they're excited.
And Lucas leaves that up. You got to remember, this is the part of the order that created that 3-run comeback as well. So talk about momentum. As we sit 1-0. Vasky delivers. That's a strike. Lucas going to stay patient there. Nice smile down to Coach Pender. Well, 1-1 now. That's a strike on the outside half of the plate. Great pitch by Vasky.
Great movement, and Lucy just didn't want that. She knew it was a strike, and she just didn't feel it.
Now she's got to protect with 1-2. She does, sends it out into center. That'll fall in, and we've got a leadoff single. You know, I think both teams heard your plea for a runner on base to start the inning, and what do you know, the leadoffs do it for you. Lucy Lucas's fly ball out or drive out to center puts her at first.
Yeah, that's a big play by her. It was a funny hit almost, you know, but she got it out deep, gets on base.
Ball was up in the zone, definitely.
It was. She went with it, right? She had to go with whatever Vasky was going to give her.
That one's at us, and now you got a runner at second. It's like you asked for it or something here, so.
Again,
anyway,
they earned it, though.
They did.
It.
It's great. And we're just having some fun with it. But here's Caitlin Cleaver, the hero. Again, I've said it a couple times. 2-run home run against Boone. Helped the team in that 6-5 comeback win. Has a moment here with the chance to bunt it. She'll move the runner over. Cleaver is out at first, but does her job on the sacrifice bunt.
Yes, and the corners were up. They expected it. They knew it. And here is Lucy on third base. Lucy Lucas, the senior, on third base here in the bottom of the 9th, hoping to score, to touch home plate on this, on anything, on contact, on a base hit. She'll tag up. Lots of options here for the Comets.
Exact same spot that Western Dubuque was just in a half inning ago. Dillinger takes that pitch. Keep in mind what a moment this would be for her as a senior. Fouls it off. Sorry, junior for Dillinger. She's had her ups and downs at times today, but chance to right all wrongs with a 1-1 count. Showing bunt, pulls, flares it out into left. Is it deep enough for a tag? Nope. Smart play out there in left by Ervolino.
You let that one go. The Comets were hoping they wouldn't. That was the tag up.
Put it in play, and you have to make the play.
1-2 count. She's protecting.
It's Lucas at third. Dillinger with a 1-2 count. Flares it out into left. We're going to get a play at the plate. It's fielded. Throw coming home. It's off the mark, and coming in to touch home is Lucy Lucas for the win. The Comets complete the comeback, and they'll advance to the semifinals on Wednesday.
Wow, what an ending. The Comets come from behind. They come from behind, but they still believe, and they are led by their pitcher, IGHSAU, fighting all the way through, just barely staving off that run in the top of the 9th inning, and just a heartbreaker. A heartbreaker is the theme of the day in Class 4A. Western Dubuque, a valiant effort, a great job by Vasky on pitching, but DCG gets their hearts broken. Cedar Rapids, Xavier, lots of tears there. Norwalk, so sad as well, and Western Dubuque falls to North Polk, who hangs on through 9 to score and get their name on the right side of this bracket.
And you'll see them there out in the field. We'll turn it over for a quick announcement as they move that over. So they get North Scott 12-15 on Wednesday. Tessa Dillinger, the sacrifice fly, brings in Lucy Lucas for the game winner. 8-7 your final. What a game. This diamond has been nothing but thrilling. Back-to-back 9-inning affairs. We'll see what 5A can dial up next here. But again, North Polk advancing. The Comets, the 3 seed, take down 6-seeded Western Dubuque 8-7.
Wow, 22 hits in the game. So much offense against fantastic pitching, but it's just a heartbreaking loss. My goodness, it's Taylor Swift can write a song about 4A today.
Well, with that, we will depart here. For joining us, Settles, I'm John Schaefer. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. You've been watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.